there's also an objection to a lot of the interpretations or quantum mechanical theories that they're indeterministic. And I'm wondering if that doesn't make either of you feel queasy and point you in the way of deterministic options like Bohmian mechanics.
I guess I would feel that I don't have a strong feeling about the importance of having determinism, but I can appreciate that somebody might. So right now I'm in the state where if I have two theories in front of me, and one of them is much simpler but non-deterministic, and the other is more complicated but deterministic, I'll prefer the simpler one.
Yeah, I would entirely agree with that. I don't think the determinism indeterminism issue is of zero importance. If I had two theories that were tied on every other metric, but one was deterministic and one was indeterministic, I'd go for the deterministic one, right? But they're never really tied. When Bell, Bell really was a big advocate of the pilot wave theory. When he tried to then do a pilot wave kind of treatment of quantum field theory, he did something that lots of physicists do. You take it out of a continuum, you put it on a lattice. So instead of having things defined in a continuum like a Euclidean space, you put it on a discrete lattice. And if you do it on a lattice, it's almost the only thing you can do is have an indeterministic dynamics. At least that's the most natural thing to do. So that's what he did. It's all in the spirit of pilot wave. But if you happen to make that move to go to discreteness in the space-time structure, the natural thing to do is to make it indeterministic. The other thing that happens, just one other piece of actual stuff that happens in the world, is particle creation and annihilation, right? So this is not covered in quantum mechanics. It has to be covered because it happens. If you think that this is really creation and annihilation, that these are new particles coming out of where there weren't any before, it seems like the most natural way to do that may be indeterministic. Of course, the Dirac-C picture was that, no, that's not what's happening. You're lifting a negative energy electron, which is there all along, up into positive energy space. So nothing's really coming in. And you could imagine that being deterministic, right? It being popped out somehow, if you will. So you got a lot of decisions to make about how you're going to approach these issues. And in some of them, probably indeterminism is pretty much the only reasonable way to go. And in others, it may not be.
And even if you don't go to a lattice, a discrete space, but stick with conventional, continuous, smooth, continuous, normal physical space, and try to understand in a Bohmian sort of way, that is, in terms of a primitive ontology of particles for quantum field theory, you're naturally led, when you consider the interactions, to a stochastic theory.